Hello, viewers. Welcome to today's podcast. And your host, Patrick. And today we'll be talking about blockchain in governance. And today we have an amazing guest. His name is Joey Ayonba. And Joey has been in the blockchain space for a very long time. And his experience in this space has cut through different aspects, right through from technology adoption in different industries, ranging from telecoms to computing systems, or even for various use cases. As we know, blockchain is a decentralized system that helps in various kinds of decentralized capabilities. So let us put it that way. So just to spare you my big words or things that might be still new to you, I would have Joey first introduce himself and tell us basically what is this technology blockchain that has been around for, let's say, around about 10 years plus now, we'll say.
Yeah. Um, so my name is Joey. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I just lost my screen. 1 second.
Okay, sure, no worries.
Yeah. So my name is Joey. Joey Ayonba. I'm a solution architect. I'm Nigerian, based in the UK, and I'm very what I put myself as I'm tech savvy. I love anything from technology, and blockchain has been a very fascinating field for me, and which I've had some very interesting journey with respect to mingling with the top guys in the industry. I've had to get some exposure in blockchain from MIT in the US, as well as Wharton in the US. But to go into blockchain, people always think about blockchain as cryptocurrency and stuff, but to demystify blockchain, I'll probably just say that blockchain and decentralized technology represent a shift away from the basic traditional centralized systems and towards distributed peer-to-peer networks. And but if you want to break down the concepts, I would say in a simple definition that blockchain is a decentralized network or ledger technology that records transactions across multiple network blocks in a secure and transparent manner. And each of these transactions or block with the name block, is linked to the previous one, blockchain. It's like a chain, and forming a chain. And the information is stored in a way that is proof and safe and resistant to any alterations or modifications, which, providing the transparency and security that everyone was looking for as outside the traditional model that we all know that could be manipulated by anyone. And the key features in blockchains are the key word we always hear, decentralization, means that no single entity controls the entire network. And another key word that probably is relatable to blockchain is immutability, which is once a data is added to the blockchain, it is extremely difficult to alter. That's why it's very immutable. Another one that you could talk about is transparency, and all participants that have access the same information at the same time in real time. There's no lag, And the final part of it is security, which is blockchain is built on a security platform, under cryptography, which ensures the integrity of data. And if you talk about decentralized technologies, it's a technology that is aimed to control decision making across network rather than relying on a central authority, which we know, and that's we're not going to talk about Web3, but which is more of where in internet built on blockchain. And these technologies often use peer-to-peer networks and consensus mechanisms to achieve decentralization.
Okay.
Then
Awesome.
the key concepts Or if you want to, you
Right,
want to
right.
ask a question?
Amazing. So you raised a lot, like lots of talking points there, and I think
Yeah,
I picked three key aspects of the blockchain. You mentioned decentralized, it's immutable, and it is secure. Right.
yeah,
So and then you were transitioning into talking about Web3 itself and its adoption. So
yeah.
all these terms, they'll be new to someone who is not used to Web3, right? So does it mean people need to upskill in terms of knowledge to be able to use blockchain? Or like, what does it mean? Are we like at this stage where maybe in year 2000 where there's this internet boom and then people are just coming and everybody's getting accessibility? Like, what is the key thing that's going to make people on board to the blockchain if it has not happened yet? Or if it has happened, what were those key things?
I think the key fundamental thing about new stuff is being curious. If you're curious, you want to learn stuff. There's a lot of information out there, and awareness, makes one, ready for the challenges, and which we actually is not more about challenges. There are a lot of benefits, but one thing I can tell you is that in every good thing that comes in, there are bad things. So I believe it's
Right.
more surrounded by awareness. So if one is aware of, like we're talking about this podcast, which actually, some people are hearing some new buzzwords, Web3, decentralized, immutability, and other things that I've mentioned about with respect to blockchain. So I think it's all about one trying to, commit themselves in the sense of I want to learn new stuff. If I
Right.
want to learn new stuff, I prepare myself, and the information is out there. And blockchain has been there for a very long time, and
Right.
but I think the only thing that people relate easily with blockchain is crypto.
Right.
Crypto,
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yeah,
So acceptance and willingness to learn is one key
yeah,
aspect that gets everybody
absolutely.
transition to the new.
Awareness, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for bringing us up to speed with that. Then, so in terms of application of the blockchain, like you mentioned, we've got cryptocurrency as one of like the very popular ones, but
Yeah.
we've also maybe in like few instances heard of people trying to use blockchain for governance, blockchain for supply chain, blockchain for even education. Um,
Yeah.
Today we are going to look at blockchain for governance. Like, how does this work? I know you already mentioned there is transparency, there is immutability on the blockchain, and there's
Yeah.
security on the blockchain. For a typical government that wants to use the blockchain for governance, what should we expect as citizens, especially using the Nigerian context as an example?
Um, interesting. If I should talk about that, it's a very, very broad topic,
Right.
and we can
Right.
stay here a long time to talk about it. But I don't have specific information on the current blockchain government challenges in Nigeria. I live abroad. However, I do have friends whom
Right.
I'm very, very aware of the things going on through notable and credible media platforms like Channels TV and Nairametrics and the rest of them. But here are a couple of I do think I have to say that the points I'm going to talk about now is not just related to Nigeria alone as a case study,
Okay.
but I do believe that it cuts across all developing countries, But first of all, the first thing that we can actually think about when it comes to governance and accountability is blockchain's transparent and immutable nature could enhance accountability in governance by providing a secure and tamper-proof record of transactions, processes, and if we go down to more further points, the key thing that actually aligns to governance that actually derails that it's corruption mitigation, and by creating a decentralized transparent system, blockchain can help reduce corruption and minimize the risk of fraudulent activities and embezzlement, which we are very prone to, in some of these regions, especially in Nigeria. And Then when we talk about election integrity, we know the buzz, people are not really aligning to things going on. We are never satisfied. Even in America, they have issues. It's not just a Nigerian thing. We remember in the previous election between Trump and so if we talk about implementing a blockchain in electoral processes, that could help ensuring the integrity of elections by providing a secure and transparent platform of recording and verifying votes. All right. There are challenges, but we're not going to go to that yet. Then you talk about land registry and property rights. Using blockchain, using blockchain for land registries could help combat issues related to fraudulent. I don't know how much you know about things going on in Lagos. You buy your land tomorrow, one other party will come and tell you that, oh no, this is not the real copy of this and that. But blockchain can help mitigate and resolve those kind of disputes by maintaining a secure and transparent record. And you also mentioned supply chain, which is very, very interesting. Supply chain traceability is another thing that we could talk about, and in the sectors like agriculture and manufacturing, blockchain can be used to trace the origin and journey of products, reducing the chances of corruption and ensuring the authenticity of goods. And not just that, I think there was an instance I could actually bring. I think in America there was some kind of food poisoning in some big platform, some big shop, like let's say in Nigeria you could call it what do you call these ShopRite. So so they use that to actually trace where the product, to identify the product journey, life journey, and that is very, very key too. In terms of trying to combat some of these issues that could lead to a massive epidemic in food poisoning as well. Another thing again we can talk about here that is very key is financial inclusion, and blockchain-based system could improve and automate, what will I say, a secure, accessible banking services. Even though I know banks, are really kicking against, they are jumping on board when we go into decentralized financing, but we're not going to go into that yet. But that can, help. As we know that the banks only make money from their interest. They're the third parties. They are the ones that come into. Blockchain can actually remove the third parties. Being decentralized. And also we talk about smart contracts. I don't know about smart contracts, and the use of smart contracts could actually automate and streamline various public services, reducing the need for intermediaries and improving the efficiency of government processes. And Nigeria as a case study, I wish this can be deployed fast. And you see a lot of there are a lot of things you see that that is set up in just to say ticketing. You go to the airport, you're leaving Murtala Mohammed Airport, you see one group saying, oh, this is my receipt. You see another one. There's no auditing, there's no full transparency in and accountability in these things. And blockchain can actually help in optimizing governance and record keeping as well. And finally, if I could raise another point, is identity management and the NIN stuff. Blockchain can actually help in helping us. I'm not saying that we're not doing a very good job at the moment, but in the future, if we are going to explore where blockchain can take us, maybe we can touch base on that. But in identity management, blockchain can help provide individuals with more control and over their personal information, and reducing the risk of identity theft. And if I should bring that use case in the instance where organizations like where I work, or I wouldn't just mention that, but like big organizations, the main cost in security is in data privacy, and there's a lot companies pay in trying to invest in making sure that their consumers and their customers, their clients, their records are safe. But with identity as a service under blockchain, can actually
Right.
give the right of privacy to the consumers and take away that responsibility and reliability on big corporates. So yeah.
Right. Wow. That's really very, very informative because you've touched on every, like, I would say, I mean, 95% of what there is in blockchain. And I understand why that has gone broad because when you talk of governance, affects every aspect of life.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
mentioned the use of blockchain in finance, in supply chain, in using it to trace products, knowing the product journey across different maybe retailers or wholesalers, and basically
Yeah.
being able to use that to help people or to even help the community develop it. I also mentioned identity. I think all this like makes a very, very appealing case for the blockchain, its adoption. But there is still one problem. Like, not everyone is looking in that area. Like, for example, in the case of finance, prior to maybe I would say 3 months ago, there was still a ban on cryptocurrencies. And then the government lifted that ban. And then people are now more kind of like, okay, yeah, are we getting to that stage where blockchain will actually take up in finance? Are we at that point yet? And then if you just oppose that with what is happening in the West, we see SEC trying to basically bringing up various charges against different crypto institutions, right from Binance and
Binance, yeah.
yeah, and the like. So many lawsuits are actually in pipeline to be uh, filed against various crypto institutions. Do you think we should wait a little bit and see where this thing settles to, or we should get started with real cases apart from finance? Because you already mentioned lots of cases that I don't think it has gotten into governance in most places. So should we wait and see where the government goes with these regulations, or we can think of other use cases that are different from finance that is deeply regulated?
Yeah, I think, I mean, we know we are not. The world is not waiting. The world is not waiting, and
Right.
we have several instances and several countries that have actually explored other use cases. And yeah, finance. I understand why the government is trying to be very stringent to respect, to be very careful with we know about 9/11,
Right.
and the issues of money laundering and terrorist funding. And with blockchain, we understand that we don't know who is actually trading. And the main issue and why the government is actually trying to come to the stage where they are comfortable with regulation is the KYC bit, knowing your customer, and knowing your customer in the sense that because blockchain is designed to be decentralized, and the government interfering into it is taking away that power of the decentralization.
Right.
So it won't be that decentralized. But at the end of the day, I think there should be some balance in respect to finance, and I think they are working towards that in trying to find a way that there will be
Right.
regulation. All right, but I would say that there are a couple of other use cases that we could actually think about that we can actually explore in the areas of, we mentioned supply chain, in areas of even in freighting, vessels, tracking goods and services, and in medicine, and identity as, like we know, and as a service. Yeah, and if you let me, I can actually tell you that there are a couple of countries in Asia, in the EU, and also in the Middle East that, let's talk about Estonia. They've implemented blockchain in various aspects of digital governance, and including e-residency, digital identity, and e-governance services. And lessons learned from that instance, if I can remember, is their success actually lies in digital transformation. And this is where most people are going, trying to shift away from legacy systems, and also strong government support, This is a government that believes in the positivity in the journey, and they don't want to be last to come
Right.
last in the goods that can come from blockchain, and the comprehensive approach of implementing blockchain across multiple sectors, which is highly supported by the government, actually is something we should learn from. Because I will tell you one thing, in as we know in Nigeria, I think the governments come in every 4 or every 8 years. When one good policy is set up, another guy comes in and shoves it down, and maybe because of godfatherism. I don't want to go into politics, but you know how some of these efforts are frustrated. And I can actually use Dubai.
We can't deny it. Politics is part
as a case study,
like everyday life.
With Dubai, with Dubai, Dubai, as we know, is they've done so much in digital transformation, and they've launched this Dubai blockchain strategy, and aiming to transition, all right, to blockchain-based government by 2020. By 2020, they actually have set up that since 2020, but the initiative actually focused on various sectors, including health, real estate, which is driven the pace of real estate, the way it's moving. It's I could say, when I was in Senegal in 2013, I could still hear that buzz. I could still know about how real estate have actually been the core business, in Dubai, and this have been powered by technologies like blockchain and stuff like that. So I think the implementation of blockchain should not be stalled because of the challenges we get in finance, and I think we should explore other use cases that we can actually benefit from.
Well, that's super informative. Yeah, I just wanted to throw this in as well again to just basically ask, blockchain was the new oil at some point until mid last year or early last year, and then now we have this AI buzz. Like, it feels like attention has just shifted all the way to AI. So, is this a replacement technology? Is AI a replacement for blockchain, or do you see a potential for a more powerful or a more enabled people-focused system with this new buzz of AI, like having, let's say, blockchain plus AI, and then we have the next, would I say, Jedi or Matrix, or some basically next world kind of ability?
That is an interesting question, and I will tell you one thing: as powerful as the use cases are from blockchain exist, AI for me is here to stay, and artificial intelligence for me, it's the next level. We shouldn't be scared about the things that AI can do. AI is just about replicating algorithms that have been tried, and automating them and making it easier. Using the right orchestration, in and making sure that these things are easy to be deployed. So it's trying to, just for example, in the areas of, let's say, a customer service. All right, customer service. Before now, you call a store, or probably have a problem with your TV, and you call them by 6 p.m. If the shops are actually closed by 5:30, they tell you to come the next day. But AI, the way these bots have been trained, they've gone through the customer support logs and get all these data together and know, like, okay, if this happens, you do this. If this happens, you do this. So basically, if you have a fault and you're calling by 3 a.m., you don't need to wait for morning for some of this to be resolved, because the AI, the chatbots, and which are powered by more like AI algorithm, makes life easier. And in medicine as well, there are key superhuman beings, super surgeons that are getting old, and AI has been used to methodically actually study how these men actually succeed and their success rate has been amplified by AI, they don't need to be there.
Right.
So I don't think
Right.
that AI being the new thing everyone is talking about is going to shut down blockchain. It's only going to amplify the use
Exactly.
cases and the efficiency of blockchain.
Exactly. Awesome. That's a very, very perfect way to put it. Thank you so much, Joey. Just before we wrap up this, because this is a youth-focused podcast, and we know that within Nigeria, the large population of that comprised of the youths who are basically like yearning for a better place, or basically trying to upskill or grow in their career. For youths who want to go into blockchain, what are the key, I would say, pathway that you would advise them to go through? Are there some recommendations you have, basically from your experience in the space? What can you tell the youths?
To be honest, just like I mentioned before, everything revolves about awareness. Youths educating themselves, starting by gaining solid understanding, through this podcast that, okay, they're hearing some new stuff. Just pick on it and go on and on blockchain and potential applications of the governance as well, and there are various courses online. Some of these things some of these platforms like Udemy and some of these, even Google, like there are a lot of stuff you get for free from internet. Just creating that awareness, staying informed. If you stay informed and stay updated in latest developments in blockchain and its application, there are a lot of reputable sources in online where they can actually. The key thing is interest. If they are interested, they can actually, take some of these avenues. They can join blockchain communities, engage in communities and forums, where enthusiasts and professionals like myself share insights and discuss projects and collaborate, and this can actually provide the kind of networking that will actually also promote mentorship, mentoring, and they can also advocate, for blockchain awareness, which myself, I'm trying to use my platform on Instagram, to create skits, instead of talking about, make it fun, what is blockchain? You talk about it, and some of these things you don't really need to go deep, but that awareness is actually very key as well. Another important thing I think they should think about doing is collaborating with stakeholders. Reach out to local government officials, policymakers. They can use music, they can use some social forums to within their local communities to potentially explore about blockchain and and things about blockchain and learn more and see how they can apply that directly, because how you apply blockchain in one community may be different from based on needs. That's why the use cases come into play. And also they should finally, if I should say, develop technical skills. Definitely, you need that. You need to be tech savvy, and your technical background. Your interest in technology should be driven in the line to to sync with what blockchain adds, the values that blockchain will bring to. So I believe that some of these things, just it's all about awareness, and the information is out there for free on the internet for them to actually get on board and explore blockchain. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Joey. It's been an amazing time listening to you and then also chatting about the blockchain system. And for our viewers, I hope this has been a very interesting session for you. I know Joey mentioned he's also got an Instagram channel where he basically advocates for blockchain usage and then also tries to give tutorials. So I will drop the link to the Instagram page on this video at the bottom. So please check it out.
I've not started talking about it, but I always start. But anyways,
okay,
I'll be happy
awesome.
to share the link.
That would be great. So once you do, please let us know, and our viewers will be very glad to join in and hear your thoughts on them. So, any last words for our audience? Any last word you want to say?
I would say, with respect to what we're talking about, I would say that remember, kind of contributing to the adoption of blockchain for better governance is a multifaceted effort, that involves education, collaboration, and practical action. And with respect to Nigerian youths, they can play a crucial role in shaping the future of governance through blockchain technology. And also for the government, if they are listening, anyone in the government, implementing
Right.
a decentralized, driven, transparent governance through blockchain technology is a complex process and requires commitment, and that collaboration and ongoing efforts and monitoring as well, and by taking these actionable steps, and government parastatals and officials can contribute to the transformation of governance processes that will benefit the entire populace. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So let's educate, let's collaborate, and let's stay practical.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joey. I've learned a lot from you
Thank you so
today's
much.
session. So maybe we'll definitely be glad to have you again for other topics, because I know you've got a wealth of experience, and
Absolutely.
we hope that we can call on you again.
Anytime.
Thank
Patrick.
you so much. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful